Your child's favorite app just quietly changed its rules, and most parents have no idea. This shift is secretly reshaping their daily habits, their self-esteem, and the trust between you, whether you've noticed it yet or not. But the standard advice about just taking the phone away gets it completely backwards. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to use the new legal protections to lock down their digital world, and it's actually much calmer than you think. For years, the burden of keeping kids safe online has rested entirely on your shoulders. You were the IT department, the content moderator, and the bad guy all rolled into one. I was talking to a mom recently who told me she spent 3 hours one weekend just trying to figure out how to stop a gaming app from sharing her son's location. She felt exhausted, defeated, and like she was failing. But under the new legal requirements, she wouldn't have to hunt for that setting. The apps are finally being forced to change how they operate, and the companies building them can no longer just throw a product at the wall and blame parents when things go wrong. The law now demands that platforms build safety into the actual foundation of their apps. Think about what would happen if the apps your kids use were legally required to turn on the highest privacy settings the moment a child signs up. No more digging through 50 confusing menus to find the hidden switch that stops strangers from messaging them. High privacy, location tracking turned off, and direct messages from strangers blocked by default. But that's only part of the story. The part most parents miss comes later. These new rules only work if you actually know how to activate and verify them. The platforms are providing the tools, but they aren't sending you a manual. So, let's walk through the exact steps to use these new protections today, starting with the foundation. Picture this. You sit down with your child's tablet after they go to sleep. You open their favorite gaming or video app. The first thing you look for is the new age verification prompt. Under the new rules, platforms must have a clear, frictionless way to verify if a user is under a certain age. If your child is under 13, the app is legally required to restrict data collection and limit certain features. But you have to make sure the age entered is correct. Sometimes kids lie about their age to get into a game a year early, not realizing they are bypassing the very safety nets designed to protect them. Sit down with them, explain that this isn't a punishment. It's just making sure the app treats them like the kid they are. Once the age is verified, you move to the data harvesting halt. This is a huge one. The new legislation strictly limits how companies can collect, store, and sell your child's digital footprint. Think about what it means for an algorithm to build a psychological profile of a child. It learns exactly what makes them feel insecure, what makes them angry, and what keeps them tapping. It learns their vulnerabilities. The new rules step in to say that this kind of deep behavioral profiling of minors is no longer acceptable. But the law relies on you to enforce the opt-out. You still need to go into the privacy settings and explicitly opt out of any residual tracking. Look for the toggle that says personalized ads or data sharing and turn it off. When you do this, you are literally severing the algorithm's ability to exploit your child's emotional triggers. It is one of the most powerful things you can do for their mental health, and it takes less time than brewing a cup of coffee. If you want calmer, more confident parenting in a screen-filled world, sticking around is probably the simplest way to stay one step ahead of what your kids are facing. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The new rules also target the actual design of the apps themselves. You know those endless scrolling feeds and the autoplay videos that keep kids glued to the screen for hours? Platforms are now being required to offer breaks and disable autoplay for younger users. But they won't always turn it on automatically. You have to go into the playback or feed settings and enable the take a break reminders and turn off continuous play. Imagine your child watching a video, and instead of the next one starting automatically, the screen gently pauses and asks if they want to keep watching. It introduces a tiny moment of friction. Think about how we design physical playgrounds. We don't just build a slide and leave a concrete pit at the bottom. We put rubber mats down to absorb the impact. The new digital safety laws are essentially requiring tech companies to put rubber mats at the bottom of the digital slide. Turning off continuous play is your way of putting that mat down. That tiny pause is often all it takes for a child's brain to say, "Actually, I'm done." It shifts them from a passive zombie state back into an active choice. And this one small shift changes everything about how long they spend on the device. Navigating all these settings and figuring out which ones actually matter for your specific child can feel overwhelming, especially when the apps update their menus every few months. That's exactly why I put together a free sample chapter of the Parenting in the Digital Age Guide, which is linked in the description. It breaks down the exact screen time boundaries and safety checks that actually work in real homes without the constant nagging, so you can protect them without the stress. But let's get back to the checklist, because the technical settings are only half the battle. The most important step doesn't happen on a screen at all. It happens at the kitchen table. The new laws require platforms to be transparent, but they don't require them to be honest with your child. You have to bridge that gap. When you change these settings, don't do it in secret. If you sneak around and change their privacy settings, they will eventually notice, and it breaks trust. Instead, make it a collaborative project. Tell them you are updating the family's digital safety plan because the rules of the internet are changing. Show them the settings you are turning on. You might say something like, "I notice this app keeps suggesting videos that make you feel bad about your grades. I'm turning off the feature that lets them track what you watch so it stops doing that." Or, "I'm changing this setting so people you don't know can't send you direct messages. I want you to be able to chat with your friends, but I don't want strangers having a direct line to you." When you use this kind of language, you aren't being the fun police. You are being the protective parent. You are modeling boundaries. And kids, even teenagers who act like they hate boundaries, secretly crave them. They want to know that an adult is actually in charge and looking out for them, even if they roll their eyes when you say it. This brings us to the final step on the checklist, which is building a routine check-in. The digital landscape changes fast, and a setting you fix today might be reset by an app update next month. The new legal frameworks require platforms to notify users of major privacy changes, but those notifications are usually buried in dense legal emails that no one reads. So, you become the filter. Pick one day a month, maybe the first Sunday, to do a quick digital audit together. Grab some snacks, sit on the couch, and just scroll through the privacy and safety settings of their top 3 apps. Make it normal. Make it boring. If it's just a regular household chore like checking the smoke detectors or changing the air filters, it removes the drama. During this monthly audit, look at who can see their posts. Look at what data is being collected. But also, look at the screen time report together. Not to punish them, but to observe. You might say, "Wow, you spent 4 hours on this app on Tuesday. How did your body feel after that?" Let them answer. Usually, they'll admit they felt tired or got a headache. This helps them connect their physical feelings to their digital habits. It builds internal awareness. You are moving them from needing you to externally regulate their time to them internally regulating it themselves. Most parents never notice this, but this internal shift is the ultimate goal of parenting in the digital age. Think about what this actually achieves in the long run. We cannot bubble wrap our children from the internet. They're going to encounter weird things, mean people, and manipulative designs. But by using these new legal tools, and by having the conversations that go with them, you are building their digital immune system. You are giving them the antibodies they need to navigate the online world safely. When they eventually get their first smartphone or go off to college, they won't just know how to use technology. They will know how to use it without letting it use them. They will know how to spot a manipulative design and step away. They will know how to protect their own peace. That is the real victory here. The burden of keeping them safe online used to feel like an impossible, lonely job. But with these new platform requirements, the heavy lifting is finally being shared. The companies are being forced to build the guardrails. Your job is just to make sure the guardrails are actually locked. And you don't have to be a tech genius to do it. You just have to be present. You just have to care enough to look under the hood. The fact that you are even looking for this information means you are already doing the hard part. You are paying attention. And in the digital age, a parent who pays attention is the ultimate safety feature. As you go through these settings this week, I want to hear how it goes. What is the one screen time rule or privacy setting that actually works in your home? Let me know in the comments below, because your experience might be the exact thing another parent needs to read today. Take a deep breath, open those settings, and remember that you've got this.